Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 27 of Dual Destinies. Last time, we cross-examined DePlume, and we used the mood matrix on DePlume, and now we are going to continue questioning DePlume. My, that's a very good question. I was shaken after witnessing a murder, yes, but then the blood seemed to disappear. Disappear? And why do you suppose that was? CzarThwomp almost forgot to turn the timer on, that's why. Simple! It was because of the pirate hat. After the killer whale put the hat on, the cloud of blood disappeared.
Objection!
And how exactly does that work? How should I know? I'm just telling you what I remember, Blue Boy. Wait a minute. From whom was this blood was Miss DePlume saw actually coming from?
Take that!
Consider this. Maybe the one who was bleeding wasn't the victim. I beg your pardon? What kind of ridiculous nonsense is that? There was no one else in the pool besides the victim. Oh, I wouldn't say there was no one else. It is an orca pool after all. What? Then where is this alleged injury on the defendant? I'm not sure, but simply wearing the pirate hat made the blood disappear. Then the blood must have come from somewhere on Orla's head. What? The orca's head! What are you prattling on about it? Regan, stop flashing us, the witness! I am in prison. I am scarred already. Please think about it again, Mr. Plume. Think back to what you really saw. That is... The one who was bleeding was not the victim, but the killer whale. I remember now. There wasn't any blood coming from the victim after all. We did it! Analytical psychology got us what we needed from her. That was a huge help, Athena. It was also pretty dicey for a while, though. Well, this is a surprise. The blood the witness saw was the defendant's, not the victim's. That is correct. And since there was no blood coming from the victim, there is only one thing we can conclude. That what Mr. DePlume witnessed was not the moment of the murder, as she claims.
Objection!
I thought you were unarmed, but it turns out you were concealing a sword all along. Nevertheless, it is far too dull to cut to the bone. Meaning? I grant that what the witness saw was not the victim's blood, but it proves nothing. After all, being rammed doesn't always result in a wound that bleeds, does it? Death from internal hemorrhaging is also a possibility. He has a point there. If you wish to challenge me to a duel, you'll need a sharper blade than that, or I don't know. I demand evidence that proves the witness did not see the moment of the murder. There must be something. Think, Phoenix. If I'm correct, then the victim's death occurred. If the victim was already dead when Orla started headbutting, then that would mean he died sometime before Mr. DePlume was watching her. The events Mr. DePlume witnessed took place at around 10:10 a.m. I must have something that can tell us about what happened before 10:10 a.m. Fish. Okay. Killer orca. Hiring a brain bar with this. No!
Take that!
This is the evidence that proves Mr. DePlume did not see the moment of the murder. Huh? I'm not sure that really related to what Mr. DePlume did or didn't witness. But you're not sure, right? No, we can be quite sure it's unrelated. Yes, quite. Ouch, I guess we can be... Okay, before 10:10 a.m. Okay. I'm hearing a loud vehicle outside my house.
Take that!
Okay, I am not on a roll today. This is what happens. I just have brain farts when it comes to these individual sections. Okay. It can't be the attorney's badge. I don't think it was this. Okay. That's what happened before 10 a.m. Okay. Footage. Okay. Walkie-talkie, calendar, song, autopsy report. Oh, this is just not my day. Oh, I'm having a brain fart. I can't believe this is happening to me. Just having a brain fart with this one. I remember this one also gave me a hard time when I first did this case back in the day. This is what happens when you don't play Dual Destinies for several years. Okay. Can't be the coin. Happened before 10 a.m. It can't be this.
Take that!
Okay, we're just losing like a... We're just going down like a lead balloon at this point. Okay. Yeah, this is not it. Okay, before 10 a.m. Oh, this is just humiliating. Okay. Blunt force all over the body. No, we don't need to see the freaking film again!
Take that!
Oh crap, we are getting down to the wire here. Just need to think about this, just need to think. Okay. It can't be this, it's not this, it can't be the enclosure. Okay. It can't, I don't think it's the whistle. Okay. Security footage, I don't think it's that. Cannot believe this is happening. Can't believe this, that freaking DLC case. The freaking DLC case is just being the bane of my existence at this time. Okay. It's not the coin. I don't think it's the disc. Okay. Why? Why is this happening? I can't think of what it is. I'm not doing story mode. That is for the weak. Ugh. Just really, that is just... This is not going well. This is not going well at all. Not in the slightest. Okay. I'm just going for it. Just Hail Mary.
Take that!
Okay, apparently it's a footage, right? It's like, hey, there's something good going on. 10:09, 10:09, 10:09. I'm sorry, I get brain farts. I know how the case ends. I know what's going on with the case, but then basically it's like, you gotta know what Phoenix knows at the moment. Which means there's still footage going further back that we need to check. Your Honor, I request that all of the security footage be played for this court. All of the footage? Mr. DePlume witnessed a cloud of blood at around 10 a.m., but I believe that the victim was already dead by that time. So your assertion is that the murder took place before Mr. DePlume arrived? Exactly. The security camera footage starts at 10 a.m. when the aquarium opened. And I believe there is a vital evidence in the 10 minutes before. Humph. You are quite the gambling man, right, Dono? Are you honestly willing to risk everything on those mere 10 minutes? I bet on slimmer chances before, but when he puts it that way... My boss is no coward, Prosecutor Blackwell, so I suggest you get ready to eat humble pie. Uh-oh, I can't back down now.
Well, and if the defense is that confident in its importance, Prosecutor Blackwell, the scary footage.
Fulbright!
Roger, I have the rest of the scary footage right here. Very well, please play it for the court.
Please have something for me.
This is what it looked like at 10 a.m. The witness can be seen here.
Alright, I'll just back the footage up to the beginning now.
Oh man, it appears Mr. DePlume has arrived yet at this point.
Now let's see if I can find something from before this point in time. Is that it?
Yep, that's all the footage there is. Well, Mr. Wright, did you see what you were looking for?
Well, we got nothing. Humph. Well, Right-o-no. Those are the 10 minutes you placed your bet on. Did you see anything of significance? Did I see anything important? I'd better think about this carefully. In the footage, we see... We can see nothing of importance in that footage. Just as I thought. Ha ha ha! You're right about that. That suction was completely meaningless. It doesn't show a thing. That's why I didn't submit it as evidence.
Objection!
But it was the nothingness that's important. No, it's just the opposite. Huh? What do you mean by that? In this 10 minutes of footage, something important that should be there isn't there. Detective Fulbright, this footage should have been submitted as evidence. What? Are you questioning the way I carry out my duty of justice?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself, please. What is the important thing that you say should be in the footage, but isn't?
Yeah, basically, it should be the captain himself. Yes, Orla and the fish. Okay.
Take that!
The important thing we should see in this footage is the victim himself, Jack Shipley. I don't know about you, but I didn't see him get in the pool in that footage. Oh! Ah! That's right! If the victim was not shown entering the pool in this footage, it means that he must have been there by the Skull Rock during those 10 minutes. But no human being can hold their breath underwater for that long. What if he was Aquaman? Well, wait a minute, are you saying... Yes, the victim was Aquaman! When the security cameras started up at 10 a.m., the victim was already dead. What?
Order in the court! If that's the case, then when was the victim murdered?
I don't know, Your Honor, but we now know it had to have been sometime before 10 a.m. Therefore, this footage can no longer be called decisive evidence against my clients. But there's no one else who could have killed the victim. Not necessarily. The defense believes that the true culprit may have been a human, and we have evidence to back up our theory as well. Do you now? I would be very interested to see seeing this evidence. The defense's trump card, that thing we found during our investigation yesterday. I wouldn't go so far as to call it decisive, but now's the time to play it.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please submit your evidence.
Okay, coin. Yeah, show the attorney's badge. It's like a coin.
Take that!
What's this? A coin?
Yes, a fake coin used in the Aquarium's pirate show. We found it beside the pool. This coin is quite possibly the real murder weapon.
This tiny little coin is the murder weapon? Mr. Wright, if this is another one of your bluffs.
As they say, the bolder the presentation, the less confident the solicitor. This is no bluff, and this isn't the only coin. There are 300 of these coins in all, weighing a total of about 7 pounds. This one just happened to have blood on it. Did you have the blood analyzed to see whose it is? Not yet. But there were coins scattered around the body, and the victim had a head wound. Taking these things into account, I believe it has to be the victim's blood. So to put it together, we have about 7 pounds of coins by the side of the pool. One of them with a blood stain on it. I think the answer is pretty clear here. Your Honor, the defense proposes that the victim was killed beside the pool.
Beside the pool? But if the murder took place there, it would have been difficult to say the orca did it.
I realize you're trying to defend your client, but that theory is preposterous. How could 300 coins possibly be made? Did someone hit all at once? It'd be pretty easy if they were in a bag or something of that nature.
And so where is the bag that the coins were in?
Unfortunately, Your Honor, we recovered nothing of the sort at the scene. It's possible the culprit took it with them.
They took it?
The true culprit used the coins as a blunt instrument to commit murder. They then threw the body into the pool before the security camera started up. And then they left, taking the bag the coins were in with them. They got rid of the evidence that points to a human culprit to pin the blame on Orla. That was brilliant, Mr. Wright. You found a way to introduce the possibility of a human perpetrator. Yeah, somehow. Let's hope my luck holds out. I wonder why Prosecutor Black wasn't saying anything.
The possibility of a perpetrator other than the defendant has not been suggested. But if we hold this possibility to be true, then what did Miss DePlume witness?
That's right. I saw the killer whale attack the victim, just like it did a year ago singing a song. I guess there's still that. Even when somebody else is the culprit, all this behavior still seems pretty bizarre. I wonder why she was doing the same thing she did a year ago. But is it really that bizarre? What do you mean? To explain the inexplicable, all we have to do is turn our thinking around. Turn our thinking around, huh? Sounds good to me. Time to give the old turn my thinking around method a try. Instead of trying to figure out why Orla did the same thing she did a year ago, I should consider the results that were produced by her behavior this time around. Orla sang a song, did some headbutts, and bit the victim. If the real culprit wanted to shift the suspicion onto Orla, then they would have needed to give people a reason to think Orla did it in the first place.
Mr. Wright, as her lawyer, how do you explain your client's actions?
I believe we should think of it this way, Your Honor. What kind of effect did Orla's actions have on the case?
Very well then. Why don't you explain it for the court? How did the defendant's actions affect the case?
They killed the victim, they got rid of the evidence to create a witness. Miss DePlume focused her attention on the orca pool because she heard the song. The orca's act of singing a song created a witness.
Created a witness?
Isn't it possible that fabricating a witness was the real culprit's true intention? After all, Miss DePlume witnessed two things. She saw Orla headbutting something over and over, and she saw the orca bite the victim. Those two actions of Orla's might have been the real culprit's plot to make the witness think the orca was attacking the victim.
Are you saying that the defendant was being manipulated by the true perpetrator?
Exactly, and that would explain Orla's actions perfectly.
But the defendant is an orca. Is it even possible to manipulate her?
They bribed her with 300 coins. They manipulate Orla with the coins.
Take that!
Greed has corrupted the heart of the whale.
Is this a whistle?
Yes, Your Honor. Trainers at the aquarium use whistles to issue commands to Orla. But in truth, anyone can do it, provided they know the right signals.
Ah, that must be how they get Orla to do tricks for their pirate show.
The true culprit hit the body in a spot that couldn't be seen from the visitor's corridor. Then, when Mr. DePlume appeared, they gave Orla the commands. In other words, Orla was manipulated by the culprit to perform a series of tricks. What? And as for you, Mr. DePlume, you were manipulated by the true culprit to play the part of the witness. Aye, Norman DePlume, let's head up. I, Norman DePlume, writer extraordinaire, was used. No!
Mr. Bloom, please do something about your attire.
That was one wardrobe malfunction I did not want to see. Now, if you excuse me, Athena, I'm going to go into the Orca tank. I will pray for Orla to put me out of my misery.
It would appear we need to shift our suspicions towards someone other than Orla. Oscar Blackwell, please have the bloodstained coin analyzed.
You waste your breath. I guess even Buster Blackwell can't refute the possibility of a human suspect. You did it, boss! If the crime happened beside the pool, there's no way an orca could have done it. Now, if only we could find the bag the coins were in.
In light of the new discovery, it would appear that the orca couldn't have done it.
Exactly, Your Honor. If the blood on the coin proves to be that of the victim, we can unequivocally overturn Orla's accusation.
Objection!
Overturn the defendant's accusation? I think not. Ah! My hair! My beautiful hair! Yesterday, a new inmate was brought into the prison. He said the moment you relax is when you're most vulnerable.
And what did this man go in for?
He is merely a sneaky thief who enjoys a spot of fishing now and again. But right Dodo here would be easier to hook than any fish. That hawk sure does love the judge's head.
What's this? That coin from before and some sort of bag.
A bag? I don't think I'm gonna like this. That's right, Orla utilized the bag. She grabbed the coins from the side of the stage and tried to steal them. She tried to pilfer them, but then the victim, he tried to stop her. He tried to stop her crime spree, but only for her to finish him off. And then when he was in the water, that's when the whale had its fun. This is the coin bag the 300 coins were in. I believe you were looking for this? How'd you get that? I never said we didn't find it at the crime scene. The bag had blood on it, so naturally, I had it sent to the crime lab. And? Does the blood belong to the victim? It does indeed! As does the blood on the coin. I knew it, so the blood on the coin did belong to the victim. The bag was open and the coins had all been spilled out. But the bag alone wasn't proof enough to say that it was used as the murder weapon. However, thanks to the defense and their coin, I am more satisfied than it was.
Prosecutor Blackwell, are you conceding that the true culprit committed the murder with the bag of coins?
I shall conclude that the victim was put into the pool after his death. However, even with the bag, it doesn't change the fact that it was the orca that killed the victim.
What? How can you still suspect Orla?
You said that the true culprit manipulated Orla's behavior, but Orla isn't the kind of orca that would let someone control her. If anything, Orla used the victim's behavior against him to murder him. What? But...
Are you arguing that the orca manipulated a human being?
To prove it, I have summoned another witness. Marlon Rhymes. Take the stand. Marlon Rhymes is a witness? Well, don't just stand there. State your name.
I told you I didn't want to be a witness.
Well, you are a witness. You cannot fight me. Simply put, I did to you what I do to everyone in the prison shower. I walked up to them, I said, I want you. And this can go either the easy way or the hard way. And then you chose the hard way. I thought one witness would be quite enough to prove the defendant's guilt. But apparently Right Turner won't be satisfied until every stone is turned. Well, son of a... Alright, fine. If I gotta talk, then let's get this over with. Mr. Rhymes doesn't seem like a willing witness. I wonder what Prosecutor Blackwell's going to have him testify about.
So could we have your name and occupation for the record witness?
Ahoy! Yo! 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 Ho! Ho! People of the law! Time to testify! Chilling with my crew at the Shape. Orcas, penguins, and the skiscape. cleaning and feeding, there ain't no end. But them bat-ratted kid stores I shall transcend. New animal keeper from the house of rhymes. I'm the master keeper, Marlon with the rhymes.
Oh my, I'm afraid I couldn't understand a word you said. Is that flip-flop music young people nowadays like?
So close, Your Honor. So close, and yet so far.
Please proceed with your testimony, witness, without flip-flop.
Okay, fine. But I don't want to do this, I tell you. I feel like I'm selling Sasha out. The man manipulating Orca. At around 10:10 a.m., I was in the staff room. I heard a loud noise in the pool room. So I went to the door to look in. I couldn't see the captain or the Orca, but I saw a bunch of coins scattered around. The Orca knows this is a certain spot people stand to play volleyball with her. I think maybe she knocked the stuff down that was piled up there and hit the captain. So that gives us a little more info about the area around the Orca pool. The defendant made the stuff fall down? Overturned crates and assorted props were scattered all over the pool room floor. There's no doubt there was the Orca that caused the mess.
But could she really have done that from within the pool?
As I said, the Orca is the only one that could have performed such a feat. The pool and its room were tidied the night before, including its various odds and ends. But when arriving, Marlon took a look-see. Over 400 pounds of props had fallen. To move it all in one go would challenge even the brawny prison in the cell next to mine. What is he? The jail gossip? So, how did 400 pounds of items fall all at once? I'll tell you how. The Orca pulled on the cloth that was underneath them. A weight that would be all but impossible for a human to move. It was child's play to an Orca. During a friendly game of volleyball, the defendant made the crates fall. And the bag of coins that was among the items fell on the victim's head and killed him. The Orca then toyed with the victim's body underwater, which is what Mr. DePlume saw.
Objection!
But the witness only said he heard a loud noise. That doesn't automatically make it the sound of Orla making the items fall. Also, why did you only look in on the pool room anyways? That Orca sometimes makes a loud noise to summon her trainer. But I'm still a newbie, so I don't have a security guard to get into the pool room yet. So even if she tries to summon somebody, there isn't much I can do about it.
I see. So the witness couldn't enter the crime scene.
Objection!
If Mr. Rhymes couldn't enter the room, there's at least one thing he can't be sure about. His statement that the Orca was playing volleyball is pure speculation.
Silence!
Whether the Orca was actually playing volleyball or not is not the issue. Traces of the Orca's saliva were found on the cloth that were underneath the crates. The important point is that the Orca is the only one that could have moved the items. I have to discredit that statement somehow. If I don't, it'd mean that Orla was the culprit, even if the victim died beside the pool. Okay, let's go. Are you sure about the time you were in the staff room? What? Yes, I'm sure. I'm pretty good with time. I've never been late to work once. If you're sure about the time, then there's something wrong with that statement. I'd better take another look through the court record.
Alright, please stay with your testimony, Mr. Rhymes.
Holding!
You heard the noise all the way in the staff room. That's right, the Orca pool and the staff room are pretty close to each other. Anyways, I heard the noise. So I went to the door of the pool room. But I don't have a security card, so all I could do was look in through the door crack. What kind of noise did you hear? Want me to describe it? Oh, yes! Yo, well, okay, the crash. Boom, bowing down to relativity. Everything falling with sweet simplicity. This testimony, yo, it ain't got no fallacies. Things falling and breaking was pure insanity. Okay, what was that line before basically before the game started? Okay. Yo, word up, courtroom number 4! Kinda like that. Okay, but why they need to rap it, though?
Well, I didn't really get any of that, but in any case, I gathered it was a really loud noise. Well then, please describe what you saw at the scene.
Hold it!
You couldn't see the victim. I was just looking through the door crack. I guess all that stuff was blocking my view. I did notice a whole bunch of coins scattered all over the place though. But at the time, I had no idea the captain was dead. Killed by gold coins. Ironic, isn't it? Perchance the orca wanted to be paid for her labor, paid in coins raining from the sky. Coins raining from the skies. He makes it sound almost poetic. But the hard truth is that those coins were actually the murder weapon. We all deserve to be paid for our work, do we not? I shall have a fine meal tonight. If you find our client guilty, that is. Mr. Rhymes, do you have a theory on how the things got knocked down? Yeah, Phoenix, he knows Edgeworth all too well. Phoenix knows that if basically if Simon doesn't win this case, Edgeworth... Oh, you thought you were getting a good meal tonight, Blackpool? Maybe you should have thought about that before you lost the case. Here's your meal, a piece of bread that I stole from Gumshoe. Mr. Edgeworth, no! Not my bread! I'll also steal your damaged canned food. Can of soup, alright. Not the soup, Mr. Edgeworth! I found it crushed by a car in the alleyway!
Of course I do.
Hold it!
She uses this ball and does a spike, right? We had a nice little demonstration of oilless spike for ourselves just yesterday. If you stand on the mark on the floor, the orca spikes the ball at you. Tarka's good at flying straight at his target as well. And I see plenty of targets right here in this room. Everybody's so busy protecting their heads, they forgot about the trial. Including you. Tell them what the defendant caused to happen. Well, the orca knows people stand at a certain spot for volleyball.
Hold it!
Are you saying you think she knocked down the items on purpose? I don't want to believe it myself, but that orca's pretty smart. It'd be easy for her to pull the cloth the stuff was on while she was playing volleyball. Orcas are really strong. One good pull and all those things will come crashing down. I guess maybe an orca could be strong enough to make that much stuff fall. I've never seen an orca play tug of war myself, but the fact is this one did. The trace of the orca saliva found in the cloth prove it. How long do you plan to walk tightrope on those shaky theories of yours? Well, wait until you see me do acrobatics. The moments like this are what I became a lawyer again for. I don't know why, but Mr. Rhymes is lying. I'm afraid I'll have to expose the secret that he and Pearls were keeping to resolve this. Yeah, just love how Phoenix is going right with the low. He's like, okay, I'm not even hinting at it. Just Pearls, she's going down. We're getting Pearls to jail.
Objection!
You said you were in the staff room, but is that really true? We'll answer that in the next question. We'll answer that question in the next episode, because I think that now would be a good time to end things off. Anyways, I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer. I hope you come back for the next one. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want with that. See you next time. Bye.